Hi, I'm Tamara and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm doing a series on the 5 love language personality types. And those love languages are so important that everyone learns them. And not only that, they're very simple to learn. So if you are showing someone their love language, they feel very loved and cared about. But if you are in a love relationship with someone and they pulled away from you, they feel rejected if you're not doing their love language. If you're not speaking it, they don't feel like you care about them at all. So it's very critical that everybody learns these love languages because it can change your life and make it so much better and make you have healthier, happier relationships. So anybody wondering what this is? Somebody gave me a gift. Would you mind if I take a second to open it? Has 8 legs. Okay. Okay. Aww. I can just picture him hopping all over the house. Aww. What is this? What is this? Like, it almost looks like a grumpy cat. Why would somebody give me this? Like, why? Like, are they trying to give me some hint? Like, they think I'm kind of grumpy or mean or something? Why would they give me this? Such a... This. Oh, okay. A cow, and there's a piggy in here. I guess this is so you can bake cookies or something like that. I mean, I really don't bake. I don't really know a lot about farm animals. I mean, I guess maybe I could kind of learn about them. In case you haven't guessed it already, the love language that we're going to talk about today is gifts. But if your love language is gifts, then it speaks to your heart when someone gives you a gift. It means the world to you. It makes you feel like they care about you, that they're listening to you, that you mean the world to them. It gives that person a feeling of warmth and compassion and love, and it just feels awesome. It puts them on cloud 9. A person who is truly gifts knows that it's the meaning that counts. It's not the money. It's not what it is. It's the thought. It's the thought. So you could spend 50 cents on that person. You could spend $500. They're going to appreciate the fact that you thought about them and that you took your time to go and find something or give them something that you thought that they would enjoy. I don't know too many people who would spend their hard-earned money on something that they think you would absolutely hate. If the person in your life is gifts, then it's very important that you show them how much you care about them by giving them gifts. You could bring them a cookie home, or you could give them a bag of chips, and it will mean a lot to them. They're easy to buy for usually. They're fun to give gifts to because they're gonna appreciate the thought and the fact that you actually took the time to do something so nice for them. So they feel cared about. You showing your love by giving them something. They see gifts as a great motivator. If there's a teacher whose love language is gifts, they're probably gonna give their kids little prizes, little gifts, that they've done a good job. Now let's say you're dating someone, you're married to someone whose love language is gifts, and your love language is not gifts. So you never show them love in that way. They're gonna be infuriated by you and they're gonna shut down, and they're gonna feel very frustrated at you. They're gonna feel very hurt. They're gonna feel very much rejected, like you are not thoughtful at all because I like gifts and you are ignoring that. So I remember somebody that I worked with one time, and she was just looking really sad, and she said, well, it's Mother's Day, I have 3 kids, and my husband did not give me anything for Mother's Day. That over time builds up, and that person is going to feel resentful. Show me some appreciation here by doing something nice for me. If you forget someone's birthday, anniversary, Christmas, and you just skip over giving them something, that is really cruel and mean to do to someone who loves gifts. It's painful, it's very hurtful. You also don't want to be someone who's enjoying receiving gifts because that's your love language, but you never give gifts in return. Someone whose love language is not gifts, they're gonna express more when they don't like something that you've given them. They're gonna show it. It's hard for them to hide it. That reaction is very painful to someone whose love language is gifts. So that kind of brings me to what I just did with this, okay? So did you see those reactions? That kind of is a way for you to be able to tell whether or not someone's love language is gifts. Because the first example, no reaction. Haven't you ever given gifts to someone like that? You give them something and you think, oh, they're gonna love this, and they just open it and look at it, but there's no expression, nothing to tell you that they liked it. The second one where I pulled out the frog, someone who is gifts, they're gonna express that to you. Even if it's something that they don't absolutely love, it doesn't matter. Just the fact that you showed that you cared for them goes so much deeper than the actual gift. The third example was the grumpy cat. Someone who's not gifts, they may ask questions like, why would you give me something like this? They're the person that's so difficult to buy for because no matter what you give them, they're not gonna like it. That's a rude response to someone's love language. And then the last one was the cookie cutters. Believe it or not, I gave somebody some cookie cutters once, and that was the reaction I got. It was sort of like the person just didn't know what to say because they're not a gift person, so they didn't know how to hide it. And it's like, oh, well, I have to be honest. So does honesty have to play a role when it comes to someone's love language of gifts? I think honesty and telling the truth is super important. However, in a situation where your mate's love language is gifts and you tear them down because of what they've given you, I think that could be detrimental. Think in the back of your mind, it's the thought that counts. Didn't you grow up hearing that when you were little? Now let's talk about that person whose love language is not gifts and they are absolutely allergic to it. They are like a Scrooge on Christmas. They hate it. In fact, they might say, well, Christmas is not my favorite holiday for the gift-giving part. Like, I love Jesus, but I could skip over the gift-giving part. You give them something and they reprimand you for it. Someone may hate gifts because they feel like it's a waste of money. Maybe they are penny pinchers and they could be using their money for something else. It's just a complete waste. They will say on Valentine's Day, oh, that's just a holiday for the stores to make money, and they don't get into it and enjoy it. They hate it. They feel like, why did somebody invent this holiday? It's super annoying and it just causes me stress. They rather avoid it. So if you don't hear from your boyfriend on Valentine's Day, it's probably because his love language is not gifts. Hey! It makes them feel super uncomfortable. There's this interesting category of people. Their reaction is, if you're not going to give me a thoughtful gift, then just don't give me one at all because that's going to irritate me. Now, I think that person, it's their third favorite or their fourth favorites. I've also seen people who are more acts of service have that type of reaction. My argument for them would be, because no one is a mind reader, if they're giving you something, it's usually because they think you will like it. And if you just don't care for the gift, say thank you. Be polite, be respectful, and then you can re-gift it. It's the style, isn't the trend? Haven't you noticed? You don't have to tell them, you can donate it. Think of it in a positive way. I'm picky, I don't like everything. Then give that person a list and say, hey, these are the things, especially if you're really close to them, or offer some suggestions. These are some things that I like. So some parts of gifts can be the surprise element to it. I remember one time I had a boyfriend, and one day he said, let's go to the mall for Christmas and we're just gonna walk into some of your favorite stores. You can point out a couple of things that you like, and then I'll make the ultimate decision and you won't know until Christmas which one I picked. And so that made it kind of fun. It took the pressure off of him. Giving some people gifts makes them feel extremely uncomfortable. They don't like it, they hate it. And so if you know that they absolutely hate it and you're not married to them or you're not dating them, then try to respect that person's wishes and refrain from doing that if you can. Find someone else to do that, do your love language with. So the fifth and final love language is physical touch. Grumpy cat, I just love you, even if you are the grumpy cat lookalike. So a person who likes physical touch, they like to hug, they are affectionate. That is how they show that they love someone or they care about someone. They're the couple that you see holding hands. If you're talking to someone and they kind of touch your shoulder, or they always kind of touch you when they're talking, it's a way for them to show a caring nature towards you. If someone does not do that person's love language, it can be extremely rejecting. They will not feel loved or cared about at all. Like maybe they grew up in a household where they needed hugs really badly and their parents never gave them a hug. It makes them feel very unloved. If that's your love language, but it's not your mate's love language, then that's gonna be a bit of a problem. You probably need to compromise on that to some extent because they're probably gonna wanna sit near you. I think this is a love language that you also have to kind of be a little careful with, especially in this day and age, because sometimes there are some people who are absolutely allergic to being touched. They hate it, they don't like it. And sometimes when someone's love language is physical touch, it could just be a friend and they're touchy-feely or just like, hi, you know. Haven't you ever heard that person that says, I'm a hugger? Then you know that person's love language is probably physical touch. When I was a kid growing up, I remember the librarian in the school, if we needed a book or we couldn't find something that we wanted, we'd go up and do this to her and she would say, stop poking me! She had just a huge reaction, but to us kids, it was kind of like, I just wanted to get a book. But some people hate that. They don't want to hold hands. They don't want to be touched. So the 5 love languages, you really need to be equally yoked, or it's not your least favorite. At least let it be 3rd and up that you guys are kind of matching on. You're a 1 on physical touch and that other person is a 5. That's not gonna be very good. So anyway, please check out all my love language videos. I put the link at the bottom. Please share it with people that you know, your family, your friends, people that you care about, somebody that you're dating, that you're relating to. Share it with them so that you can learn what these love languages are and have a happier, more successful future. So please give me a thumbs up. Please hit the subscribe button so you can see more videos that I'm doing. And thank you so much for watching. Bye.